We're joined now by our political analyst, Scott Mitchell. And Scott, there hadn't been any polling done, not for public consumption anyway, on this 5th District Calvi-Lankford runoff. It seemed like a lot of people were figuring this was going to be closer than it was. Are you surprised?
Yes and no. I mean, the Calvi campaign was surprised by the margin. I think they thought they were really close last week. But when Kevin said the base, the church, I mean, that is exactly what happened. And they really flexed their muscle. They showed it in the primary, and it really came through tonight.
Do you think that Lankford portraying Calvi as a career politician and Lankford's own sort of novice, credentials, or lack of kind of tainting, maybe helped?
Mr. Smith goes to Hollywood,
right? Did that help
Washington? I think it did. I mean, Ernest Istook held this seat for a long time. There's not a lot of difference between Kevin and Ernest Istook, and I think any other time Kevin Calvi would have been okay. But this was just about, who do I like? And people liked James Lankford, and they liked the fact he didn't have anything, he didn't have a past, and there are no politicians really left in this race on the Democrat or the Independent side. So, yeah, the year of the outsider definitely showed up tonight.
Now, given this 5th District's conservative voting tendency, you might immediately think that Lankford's got to be installed as the favorite in November, but you're saying this race is definitely not over at this point.
Well, that's because independents are involved, and one of these independents is Dave White and Clark Duffy, who's a libertarian who signed up as independent. But Dave White is a kind of Republican. He's sort of the opposite of Reagan. He was a Reagan Republican who said, I left the Republican Party because they left the Reagan principles. So, and he is a independent businessman who has been very successful. And Billy Coyle, the Democrat, is not the typical Democrat. I mean, he's got the military background. This sets up as, I think they're going to go ahead and have the race in November. I think they're going to have the election.
That's good.
And when they do this is not a shoo-in. This is going to be a very close race, depending on the sort of money that Coyle and White and Duffy can raise.
Oh, really shaping up as an interesting November.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Scott Mitchell, thanks for your insight.